that I was supposed to tell after I got back from Milwaukee 4 months ago. Not the one everybody's thinking. It's not the crazy one. It's the crazy one. It's not the. All right, so while I was down there, I'm gonna go to Instagram and see if I can I don't think I'm okay. So while I was down there, right, I was supposed to tell this when I got back, but I didn't stream, if y'all recall. So while I was down there, it was really scenic. It was really beautiful. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna go to my YouTube video. It was really scenic. It was really beautiful. Um, bro, it was just like it's kind of hard to explain, but like it was just when you're from Vegas and then you go to a place like that, you don't really expect like all the greenery at once. Mind you, it was so much greenery and it was winter. It was winter. It was so much greenery in the winter. That's how you know it's still that fresh out there. I wish Greg was in here because he can vouch for this story. But nah, I really enjoyed myself down there. Before the video start, what's good, y'all? First, bro, while I was down there, it was so nice, bro. Like, I kid you not, there was like, yeah, it is. It's, but I love Vegas. Like, I will never go against this city. I love Vegas, but when you like really realize how much greenery it is outside of here, it's so nice. But I was hella nervous. Not nervous to get, bro. I was still nervous. Like I had just got off a plane for the first time. The difference is it's actually insane, bro. Look, I was still wearing a nose piercing at this time. I stopped wearing nose piercings, y'all. I might go back to piercings though. Look at, bro. It's look at like, and this is cool. Yeah, there's no trees and there's no leaves and stuff. But just look at the. You can't find a lot of area. You can't find much areas like this down here. You got the snow on the ground. It gets better though. This is when I first. This is from when I first got down here. Look at this is how it looks like. 3 days. It snowed. My last like week and a half, 2 weeks down there, it snowed so much, bro. It snowed so much.
It be covering up the cars instantly.
I sent this to my mom.
Oh,
I had to put her on. The snow kept getting in my eye, bro. I wasn't used to it. Look, it was ice. This is when it only snowed a little bit.
I really. The average low weather in Vegas.
Bro, I loved it down there. I did want to go back. I was supposed to go back for the summer, but it's cool. So, okay, my point was though, so it around where I was staying at while I was down there was like these there was neighborhoods. It's kind of hard to explain if you from like a low barren city or but if you live on a countryside you understand like there's neighborhoods next to the woods or next to a bunch of trees or trails and shit like that and there's just nice ass houses everywhere, right? So we're walking through a neighborhood, right? We take every day we was down there we basically took a walk out because I take walks, y'all know I take walks. Every day we were down there we basically took a walk. So I'm taking a walk like almost sometimes twice a day. So Richie, we rich. Okay, it got dark. Yeah, sometimes twice a day though. So while I'm down there, right? While I'm while we taking a walk through a neighborhood we had already took a walk through a couple times. Uh what's the neighborhood? I'm not gonna put the neighborhood name out there, but so we taking a walk through a neighborhood we had took a walk through a couple times, right? So mind you, it's nighttime. We taking a walk. This time we decide we're gonna go all the way around. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's two big ass neighborhoods connected to each other. So like you can walk through one neighborhood and it connects to the next. But to get to the main street from the main street, you got to go through both. Unless you go all the way around. So we cut through. Well, going to the neighborhood, we walked all the way around. And then last second, when we got to like the second neighborhood, we cut through. And we were kind of mind you, it's nighttime. And even Shout out to my nigga Greg. Even Greg didn't really know the neighborhood like that. So we were really just saying walk. He's like, I'm not gonna get lost, but we know where we yeah, I mean we just discovering shit. So we cut through the second neighborhood, right? Before that, Greg was like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I don't want to take you nowhere. I don't know. Cause I don't want us both to get lost. He was like, you think we should just turn around? My happy go lucky ass. I'm trying to discover new shit. So I'm like, nah, we good. Like, what you mean? I'm like, nah, we good. What you mean? I ain't say, like he was tripping. I was just like, nah, fuck it. And I was like, next street. The next street we go through, cause it was a little iffy. Like there was hella cars. You start to make up scenarios in your head while yeah, I mean, so it's hella cars going by and shit. Obviously, we not really serious, but we ain't expecting nothing. So I'm like, you know what? Next street in this next neighborhood, the second neighborhood, we'll cut through because we can get through on the other side of the neighborhood. So we cut through. Nice at bro. That neighborhood is so nice, bro. Nice ass neighborhood. So we walking through, right? We cut through like a couple streets, having a good ass conversation. My hearing is like I genuinely think my shit is superpower. The reason I feel that way is because I wear glasses. So when they say when you lose certain senses, your other ones are heightened. So I do think my ears caught the most of that shit. Like I can hear really well. Um so while we're walking, we're like two streets down. So it's a straightaway. Kind of hard to explain, but it's just a straightaway. It's just a straight street, but there's houses on both sides. It's like a four-way intersection. It's like an intersection. So you walking straight, boom, stop sign, house, 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 house. You keep straight. Boom, stop signs, houses all down the side. It's just a straightaway street, but there's a bunch of houses. So mind you, we're in a neighborhood though. That's how big this neighborhood is. It's literally like we're in a fucking intersection, but we're in a neighborhood. So we're walking through and we get to like the second street, and I'm like, damn, I kind of hear like everybody turning up, partying, woo doo woo woo. Gray like, oh, where you hear that at? I'm like, it sounds like it's up here. We'll probably see them on the way out. Boom, now we come in. The trees are big as shit on the side of these houses, or some of these houses are hella huge. So like you can't see every house, the front of it. So we get to that last street where literally the last street that goes back to the main road. So it's the last part of the neighborhood, and if we would have got past that, it goes back to the main road. So we get now the part we know we getting closer to the party. The party's obviously at the end of the street because it's getting louder and louder. So shout out to my nigga Greg. He like, oh, I sound like his hoes there. So he get a little. He like, yeah, I'm finna go, Mac. Yeah, I mean, I'm finna go. Look, he was telling his joke, but if he would have saw, somebody that interests him, he probably would have. Anyways, so he like, oh yeah, I'm finna go, man. You sound like some hoes. I'm like, I do hear females though. Like I'm like, it sound like they lit, right? Nigga, I'm getting my stomach hurting right now talking about this shit. So now we're in the range where we can kind of see where the party at, but not really. So we're still walking up the street, but we talking. And Greg's talking to me, and I'm literally picking up. I'm gonna tell y'all what I'm hearing, but I'm picking up every conversation from about four houses down. I'm picking up every conversation to this party. Mind you, it's not like when I say party, I know you know what type of party. It's not a fucking birthday party. It's a party. But it kind of looked like a little kickback. It's a party though. So I'm picking up every conversation now. Greg's talking to me in my left ear. My right ear, I'm walking and I'm hearing the conversations. This is exactly what I heard. I kid y'all not. One dude goes, no, no, no. First off, when Greg was like, "Oh yeah, some hoes, it's some femmes over there, some females over there." Soon as he said that, and he keep talking in my left ear. I'm picking up the female in the right ear, so we heard them at the same time, but I had already heard it. So when I hear the girl, it sounded like she like out of breath, like short of breath, like but it's a party, bro. I don't know what's going on. I'm not deducting a bunch of things in my head. I'm just assuming like you probably was drinking, smoking, you lit. It's a bunch of people. I don't know, but I'm hearing her. It sounds like she's short of breath, but her voice is like raspy, but a little loud, like panicked. It was panicked. So I'm kind of like slowing down, but not really. We still walking, but the moment I heard her, my senses like it felt like real spider senses, no bullshit. They kind of like kicked in, but I'm still walking because Greg is still talking to me, and we still going. We can literally see the intersection back to the main road. Now we get to like the third house from the party house, and there's a probably a second. It was no, it's a second house. It's a big ass tree. This is the second thing I heard. I can see through the tree, so It's the tree. It's one of those big ass. Hold on, I'm gonna look up trees so y'all. I'm gonna look up trees so y'all know what type of tree I'm talking about. I don't want to just. Okay, hold on. Let's see, bro. This is kind of what the neighborhood looks like. This is dead kind of what the neighborhood looked like. Like obviously, but these trees the trees were way thicker, and there was like a little bit more spaces between the houses. But this is literally what the neighborhood. Mind you, it's dark. It's like 11 o'clock at night, right? I want to see what I want to pull up a perfect tree. It was kind of like, damn. It was kind of like it was kind. Oh, here we go. This is a good tree. This is kind of how it was. What the? I can't inspect. Fuck. Nice. They want me to fucking figure out the decode it. Anyways, this is what the tree was. This is literally what it was, and I remember like you can see I can because it's light. It's dark out, but there's lights at the at the party. So like I'm seeing headlights, mind you. I'm seeing cars parked on the it's cars parked on like the curb. So I'm seeing all of that. It looks like yeah, it's one of those type trees. So I'm looking and I can see a girl walk out behind the dude. I couldn't see the dude, but I can see the girl. I see her whole silhouette. It's dark. I can't see her. Literally I'm blind, but I can see her silhouette. So I see it's a female, little decent hair, and the dude that was slightly ahead of her, he ain't have much hair, but I can see his silhouette too. All I hear is, I kid you not, he was like, "Oh, I won't, nigga, I won't." And all of a sudden, mind you, we're basically at the party house. We're like literally next door to the party house, but there's space between the houses. There's like, bro, the side of the yards of these houses were so huge. That's how I know the neighborhood was huge. So we're close to the house, but we're not close. Like we're at the house, but we're literally we're the neighbors. We're at the neighbor's house. We're like but we're walking middle of the street. I forgot to give that as context. Me and Greg are walking in the middle of the street. So we can see both sides of the road, but not all the way through because the neighborhood is huge and this big ass tree is blocking the party house. So when I'm here, I see the girl and the dude walk out, and I hear her high strung, kind of like yelling. I'm throwing my left arm out like this in front of Greg, but I did it so fast. Greg kind of like brushing my arm away. He like, what's going on? Like, what, you good? Like, but I'm not saying nothing. I'm dead zoned in on this house because I'm hearing everything. So I grabbed Greg, and dude was like, I won't. Bro, this shit not even funny. Five. About 6 to 7 shots go off, right? Mind you, at the party, I'm not see all the silhouettes I saw. Well, the only two silhouettes I saw were the two that walked outside, and then the one guy that was probably directly behind the tree. I can only see his shadow. So when I hear the first, mind you, I had Greg. I stopped Greg before all of that because we were walking, literally next door to this. When I stop him and the shots go off, we literally turn around and dip. But we're in the street. You can see us. Whoever was in the front That shot first, they could see us. So when we turn around, it sound I'm hearing screaming and shit. Obviously, you know how it is when somebody, in that situation. Obviously, it's a lot of. So the girl that came out with that, I saw with silhouette. She's screaming, dude, dude. I don't know what he told him he wouldn't do, but you don't test nobody with no gun. You don't do that. I don't know why he was trying to play big and tough, but you know how that is. They're probably at the party. Everybody was under influence, whatever case may be. But he was like, I won't. And shot at that nigga like 6 times. But they're in the front of the house by the curb. So when me and Greg run, the second, I don't know how many niggas had guns, but the second dude, fat ass, bro, I'm not even into all that. I know what a switch sound like. I kid you not, like literally. But whoever shooting it had to have came out from the side of the house or something because he's swinging that motherfucker, and like you can hear the whistling swooshing past me and Greg. Mind you, we're already running. This big ass neighborhood is so wide and huge that it's like by the time we ran, we were only back down to like the fourth or fifth house. That's how, mind you, we're neither one of us are running slow. We're as cold as shit outside, adrenaline pumping, nigga. We're hauling ass, literally running as fast as we could, and none of that shit matters when it's guns. But the second dude that shot, you can tell he's swinging it because it's bullets, mind you. We saw like after after the fact because we looped around. We had got out the neighborhood. I'm gonna get to that part. We saw like the caution tape. We got back to the scene there, and there was bullet houses in the there was bullet holes in the house across the street from the party house. The tree across the street from the party house. The next door neighbors had one. There was 2 cars in the front. There was 3 cars parked on the curb in front of the party house and 2 across the street. Both those cars had bullet holes. The house that me and Greg were at on the left side had bullet holes. So you could literally, when I told you I'm hearing whistling blow back by us while we're running, he's fucking swinging the gun down there. So while he's shooting, by the time the second dude shot, me and Greg are already now, mind you, when I grabbed Greg and he kind of pushed my arm off, he kind of kept walking a little bit. So when we both ran, I ain't leave him, but he goes right. Greg, by the time we got back to the third house, Greg busts a right through the backyard of this house on the left side. So I'm still middle of the street. Now I'm kind of curving the way he went. But I didn't see him fully go behind the backyard. All I saw was him kind of split. And I realized like, oh shit, I'm running really fucking fast. So I stop and I'm turning around. I'm kind of backpedaling because I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't give a fuck about none of that. If I'm leaving my man's and I gotta die. I'm sorry, I gotta go. If they kill my man's as a witness, I gotta go too. And I'm not saying obviously this isn't direct. We didn't directly get shot at. Like we didn't. The dude wasn't. He wasn't. Yeah, I mean, like we was the. It was. It was the fact that bullets have no names on them. When you're that close, you can also that and these people who arguably are probably 19, 20, 20. I don't think nobody in there was over the age of 24. Are probably drunk, high, all the above. I don't know what the next man with a gun is thinking. And I don't want to. I don't want to know what the next man with a gun is thinking. He could have been like in his head like, I just killed dude and I don't got no reason to have no witnesses. We witnesses. The second nigga that shot was with the first dude that shot, more than likely. So if he got a switch and he clearing the area, what the fuck make you think he won't shoot at us? Mind you, when he shoot, damn, I'm trying to read something under there. When the second dude, or so when I turned around and backpedaled to see where Greg went, that's when I finally saw like the last bit of him going through the backyard. So now I loop around that same house and I meet him in the backyard. He come out the side. I'm waiting on the backside of that house. Right? It get quiet, bro. I don't know if you like. It's so crazy to say this. I don't, bro. Like, cause I'm more than likely gonna post this on YouTube, and I don't want to just say this like this is just a danger. Milwaukee's not dangerous, bro. This is just a happenstance at a fucking party where a bunch of teenagers and young adults were too under the influence, and somebody's pride and ego got the best of them. It's same shit happens everywhere. It's as I'm speaking right now, it's more than likely sadly it's happening right now. So, but when this happened, like it feels so weird to be that close. Like it feels like you can taste that shit. Like you get like a weird feeling in your mouth. So while I'm trying to catch my breath, because now the adrenaline's slowing down because it got quiet. We're in the back of the house. We're across the street, mind you. I told you this neighborhood is huge, but it's not like it's spacious. It's because all the houses have so much space between them. So we didn't get that far, but we got far. We're up the street, kind of behind a house. So we're on the side. Mind you, it's car. Now you're hearing hella car, hella tires screech and all that. And you're hearing all that because all these people that got shot at or all these dudes with guns or what, everybody's hopping in their car trying to leave. I'm hearing crying, all types of stuff. But me and Greg are huddled on the side of a house. I'm trying to catch my breath because now the adrenaline's running down. I'm like, it's freezing cold. I'm out of breath. I lowball. I feel like my asthma was coming back. Like it was a bunch of stuff like that. So while all of that was happening, I'm telling Greg, like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, we gotta go. Like, we can't sit right here. I'm like, I'm tempted to hop behind this backyard and just lay low because again, when people have guns and are under the influence and have guns, bro, you cannot act like you know what another person is thinking. I don't care who you think you are. I don't care who you think you are. Anybody can up it on you. So I'm like, I'm like, I'm we should just lay down back here. Like I was out of because I haven't been in that situation like serious like not since I was young and out here that back then depending on what time or type of side of the city you lived on that was like almost the norm. So to get used to being away from that and then happen again, it's like it's fresh. So while we're ducked on the side of the house, Greg like I know we gonna run, bro. Mind you, I told y'all I was quiet. Now you hear it again after a tire screech. Boom, 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 boom. It's like three different dudes shooting at once. I don't know. Again, I can't see nothing. I don't know where it's coming from, but you can hear three different people shooting and tire screeches like a car driving real fast. But it's right on that same street. It's on the same where the party house. But they're coming. You can see the headlights facing where we are ducked at. So now we go back down. Now we're going down a street. We're going down another street, not a straightaway. We turned and went down a street, but we're running again because they're right there at the corner. So we're literally running again. I'm out of breath, but I'm literally running as fast as I could. So when that had happened, I'm like, I'm not gonna lie. Like in my head, I'm like, it's over if one of these cars hit a corner see us and think we would now we look like dudes that ran from the party because one I don't have a all I had was my regular sweater on. Greg got he had a I can't even remember the brand. He has I think it was North Face. He had his North Face brown jacket on, but we both out here with dreads and everything. Like we look like we were at this party again. I don't know what these people were thinking. I won't ever know. But we look like we look like we ran from this party. We out of breath still running. So I'm like, if a car at any point in time that one of those three cars, I recognize all the cars and everything. If one of those three cars hit this corner and think that we were there or we were a dude or we somebody friend, we're fucked. So I instantly like cut through here, cut through here. While I was thinking that, I'm like, fuck that, cut through here because I don't want to get caught on those streets. So we go through, another car hit the corner, the same street we're on. Right after we cut through and hop behind, we in a backyard now. We're in somebody's backyard. Hopped something in somebody's backyard. The car hit the corner. It's gunshots back on the street next to this, next to the party street, and the street on our left. So now we're in between this and the car driving. Bunch of gunshots still on this side and the car driving. Bro, that shit was so crazy, bro. Like I'm gonna keep it a buck. I was fucking terrified. I'm not finna sit here and try to act like I'm some fucking Superman. I can't absorb bullets. So yes, I was terrified for my life. Fuck, I don't give no fuck. Anyway, yeah. After we had ducked in the backyard, now we down. Greg. Now we're trying to slow down, but Greg peeking. Greg's like, we're at a backyard, but there's a wall between the backyard, obviously. So if we hop this wall, we in somebody else's backyard. Big ass yards though. So these houses have spaces. I'm ducked in the corner, but I'm trying to figure out like, cause now we're lost in the neighborhood, y'all. I said this at the start of the story, but we cut through a second neighborhood connected to the first one that neither one of us had walked through. And it's nighttime. You cannot see, like, you can't just see your way out. It's not like it's daytime. You can't fucking see. So we're literally basically fucking lost. So my thing now, my first thing is mind you, my phone's freezing fucking cold. And my hands are now too, because now I'm starting to sweat and adrenaline slowing down again. We didn't stop. Greg, like, I'm gonna look right here. If they come from down this street, because we can see the full road, he was like, if I see headlights, we're hopping this wall. Or if they stop here, boom, one of the cars, white car that was parked in front of the house, boom, come straight down. Phew, past the house up. If it would have turned and stopped, oh God, I knew they were looking for us. Whoever they were, three cars circling through this big ass neighborhood, and you telling me they're not looking for people? They were shooting all that extra shit. I'm like, fuck all that. So while I'm huddled, I was gonna pull my phone out, but I'm like, I'm not gonna have enough time to open my maps and had a shit low. My phone about to die, ironically. So we're still close. We're not close enough, bro. Bullets, like gunshots, you can hear gunshots from like, I don't know the exact radius, but you can hear gunshots from far away. So Greg cousin called him. He answered the phone. Before that though, before that, I go it like this. I swear to God, I kid y'all not. I stopped after that car drove by and it slowed down. All the shooting stopped. I listened for the road, the main road. So now I'm listening for not the cars in the neighborhood. I'm trying to hear like traffic. Like I'm trying to hear hella cars going at a green light or hella cars braking at a red light. Like I'm trying to hear traffic because we're kind of next to a highway. The houses are kind of next to the highway, but not that close. But if you listen and it's a quiet neighborhood, you can hear the highway. So now I'm listening for a highway. And I'm hearing it. I'm like, we got to go out this way. I'm like, there's no way we go, because the way we were going out, we were out. We were basically out. The party house was the last house at the street. So we were almost out the neighborhood, but we didn't fucking ran through like three streets, crisscross applesauce. We lost as fuck now. And I'm like, damn. So when I'm listening, I'm like, I can hear the main road. We going out this way. We haul ass. Greg get a call from his cousin. His cousin like, I just heard gunshots. Da 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 da. He like, he telling them Greg now. Greg like, yeah, bro, don't come out. I'm telling Greg because he talking. I'm telling Greg. I'm like, tell him don't come outside. Tell him and his sister. I'm like, don't tell him don't come outside. I'm like, I don't know. Now we're hearing sirens, so I know shit. I knew we've been in this situation for a couple minutes now. Now we're hearing sirens. I'm like, tell him don't come out. Don't come outside. And there's cops out here now. Greg telling them. I'm like, tell him we finna come out the main road and we'll be there in a minute. I just felt like, you know what I mean? That's my nigga. And it's also like a little bit of on me in my, it was my conscience. Like, I did get us into that situation. Not into, like, I didn't do it. I mean, like, I could have, if we would have never been near that house if I would have simply turned around when Greg asked me to. Or, or if we never even went down that way. You know what I mean? But so I felt a little bit good. So I'm like, my main goal right now is to get me and him out of this. I don't care about nothing else. I'm like, make sure. I'm like, tell them don't come outside. We coming. We tell basically let them know we're safe. No, in no fucking right way were we fully safe. But we kept running down this street until we hit the main road. Boom! Now we saw two cars drive by on the main road. So I'm like, okay, I knew we literally used my ears to get. I'm like, oh, cut through here, cut through here. Like literally got back to the main road, and I'm like, breathe now, because we on the main road. No way people just, you know what I mean, try to breathe, make it look like we were just walking, because the cops are driving around now. So if again in a situation like that, it sucks to say it, but your only enemy ain't just the people that were shooting. Cops are also a threat. especially when you a certain color and you in a situation like that, you have to be aware. When you're a certain color, you have to be aware of where you are, who you with, just all that. So now I'm hearing cops. I'm like, try to calm down, try to act like, because again, a cop can do any fucking thing. A cop can be like, oh yeah, y'all were part of it. Two black niggas, y'all fucked. We on that, and we have nothing to prove we weren't. I mean, we can say we weren't, and eventually, if they cool enough, they'll believe. But I'm like, I don't even want to I don't want to deal with no cops. So I'm like, fuck all that. Let's just, I'm like, catch your breath. Let's slow down. Just walk. Now we out the neighborhood, by the way. Yo, so we walking. We're back all the way around on the other side of the main street. So we bust a right at the main light. It's hella cars, hella traffic. I'm seeing one of the, mind you, now the red car trying to blend in with regular traffic. It was a red car. He's circling the block, but he like, I think it was just one of the girls or some of the people that was with the dude that either shot or got shot, because they're circling the block, but they're trying to blend in with traffic because now the cops are around. So now I know nothing's gonna, they not looking at us no more. Now our biggest problem is cops. Greg, like, we get to the main light. This nigga, he like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I want to see what happened. I want to go over there and see what happened. I'm thinking like, nigga, I can't breathe. It's cold as fuck now. I'm sweating. Now my sweat is literally freezing to my body. It's cold as shit outside. It's like 8 degrees, 6 degrees, some shit like that. He like, bro, you wanna go? I'm like, not fucking really, but I'm like, you know what? I'm in Yale City. So we cross the street of the main road because you can see across. You can see where the, so we cross the street. I'm like, as long as we cross the street, we go look. Cross the street and we walk all the way up. And you can see the first house in the neighborhood. You can see it from we were by like a mini mart and a auto, it was like an auto shop and everything. So we can see. Now we're in public light and everything. And the cops are already right there now. It was so fucking crazy. You can see a body covered already. Had a body covered. They already had the tape. They were across the street at some apartments from the houses, looking at the wall. It was bullet holes over it. It was fucking crazy, dog. It was so crazy. And it's like, when you're in a situation like that, you don't even want to. My life a movie, bro. I swear to God, I think everybody's life is a movie. I think the way I just tell my stories is what make it seem like. But I do think my life is a bit of a movie. I enjoy my shit. I got another story time from down there, but I can't. It's not a story time because this is like, only way I would tell this story. Again, shout out to my nigga Greg. Only way I would tell this story is if him and the other person part of the story agreed. I'm not telling this story for no other purpose. I won't. I can't. But I did enjoy myself. Even when this happened, because this happened, I still had like 8 days down there. When this happened, we were good. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Nothing else happened like that. It was just again, it was just a happenstance. It's literally something like that happening right here, wherever you live, wherever. It's something, and it's sad to say, but it is. It's common. It's a bunch of young adults under the influence, showing their pride and their ego, trying to be the big bad in front of a girl or for some type of glory. I don't know. I really don't. But and there's a lot of people getting hurt because of that. And that was the situation. It's really beautiful, peaceful, and calm. Everybody just minds their fucking business. Same as where I stay. It just, again, it was a happenstance. But walking through all that shit and seeing like bodies covered, I think it was like two bodies covered. I think one of the girls died. I know the dude that got shot the first 6 times he was gone, and I think one of the girls that was probably with him or the one that was screaming, one of them, RP them, but that shit was crazy. Bodies covered. I don't know whoever. We couldn't even find the news. We couldn't find the article on there or nothing the next day, the next couple days. But seeing all that shit, I was like, fuck. And we walked. It was crazy. In the daytime, the next morning, we walked through that neighborhood, and it looked like none of that. You could see the bullet holes and shit, but it looked like none of that shit had happened. They had got. I mean, that just lets you know the reality of life, bro. Shit just happened that fast, but that shit was crazy, bro. And I remember like getting in the house full of adrenaline. Me and Greg huffing and puffing. It was like, damn, bro, like that really just happened. We kind of made jokes about it, like, yeah, bro, we just got shot at. Like, yeah, we hard. It wasn't hard. Also, I don't think I don't think the nigga that was swinging his fucking switch and shooting, I don't think he knew how to control his gun. But bullets do not have names on them. So when I'm hearing fucking wind and whooshing and I can't keep track of my fucking best friend, I'm looking around. I'm not worried about none of that shit. I'm gone. So yeah, that shit had happened. I want to see if in this YouTube video if I caught the neighborhood in the. I don't think I did in the video. No, but I genuinely enjoyed myself. I genuinely enjoyed myself down there. I fucked around and had a lot of shit going on while I was down there. But you know, I didn't catch the neighborhood. Fuck, I didn't catch the neighborhood. But it was really fun. That was one of the story times. If I ever get permission, or if anybody ever catches if anybody ever catches Greg in here, ask him for remind me, and I'll ask. If I ever get the chance, I'll ask him, and I'll ask the other person if y'all, so we can see if we can get the second story time. I enjoy myself and scenery and shit. It was fucking amazing down there. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I should have went back for the summer, but you know, shit happens, and uh that's okay.